Alright, ladies and gents, back. We have a bit of volume coming into the currency futures market, didn't we? Didn't get our 50%. So we formed a double gap entry. All assets wicked below the previous 1 hour range. Would have liked to have seen price pull back into this level. You can see I had an alert for that level. Just quickly had to go and have some food before I carry on the session. Okay, so we wanted to see price get a little bit lower. It did. It pulled into these SMR zones. Now where are we going? We need, if we're gonna take a short, both sides of Asia has been taken. Okay, so 6B's gone below, 6E's above. Previous day's highs are only real next area of liquidity where I'd look to do business at. Maybe we pull up into that area. In the next hour, that's a lot of volume though in that candle. If we have a look on a M1, look at the volume. There's no coming back to get us in the trade. That just flew. Why were we taking this long? I wasn't so keen on it until 6B tapped into this area. I thought we might get possibly another hour formed around here and we could take this long, but Bryce had other ideas. The only opportunity we had to trade this model, because we haven't got no crack. We've got the first stage crack and a second. We need a little bit more confluence when it comes to execution. Okay, so we formed a double gap here and here, so we need to see this price trade into the 50%. Okay, so pull up back like this, give us an entry within here. That's what I had my alert for, because even then I'll go down to the 15 seconds, just wait for an inversion, just wait for a confirmation confluence in that level. Yeah, I don't know if that's been news released. Let's just double check that. Has anything happened? Maybe it's just to do with the Pakistan war and AI willing to go nuclear in war games. Yeah, of course it is. But yet we still keep creating it. It's crazy. The Matrix is coming. People just don't realise it. So anyway, let's have a look at the index market. We have got a daily here. Got a daily bearish. YM didn't actually take the low. Can mark the high here. Let's see how price develops here. We have got a bullish weekly cycle. Ordinarily, I like to see price get up to this 50% though. Yeah, with that weekly cycle, I'd like to see price trade higher a little bit. Rebalance equilibrium, and then we can trade out of that. Got a lot of liquidity above this high here. Let's just have a look on the 6 hour. Pushed into this last presented fair value gap and we'll move higher. Yeah, I want to see a push higher really. First candle broke. Want to see a clear inversion anyway. On 30 we've got news. Wow, look at this, 8 o'clock. The volume coming into the volume coming into 6E. I think we're definitely going to run up for this high. Resting orders above this liquidity. Maybe what's the daily saying? Previous day's high is where it's at. That's very interesting that we're leaving this level of liquidity here. This just screams. It could be built for a later stage though. If we do get a short opportunity above here and we do get a weekly cycle, that is a very, very good target. Excuse me. Da 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 da. Still waiting for NQ to run above. Looks like we're just still pushing on price. There's no way I could have taken that trade anyway for the daily cycle there. Liquidity still above that high. Just screams that it's going to be taken on one of the assets. The first candle broke, right? So that means I need to see another confluence. There's no confluences around that because the price is just not built like that. Let me just show you what I'm seeing on this, right? First candle, 8 o'clock, right? Takes the high of the 1 hour range high. When this happens, it's just because there's a volume imbalance, right? The way I see it is it needs to poke above, but that's not a confluence for me. I need to see a little bit more price. So what I would have to wait for is like a clear inversion, something like that. But bearing in mind where we are in the chart, okay, below this low, you know, price wants to sweep that low. We might push down. If we get some more price action, maybe I'll consider it. Of all assets run the high. I think they have, yeah. I'll say all assets have run the high now as well, so that means we definitely need, yeah, it has, so that means we definitely need something. That would be double gap entry, M5 PSP with a M5 PSP with an inversion, but there's going to be no version there. There's no gaps there. No, it's efficient price action. There's no inefficiency. So we're looking for that to close through some inefficiency. Nothing to do there. Nothing to do there. We're in discount of this leg anyway. You know, we've had this weekly cycle that would tell me that we're going to go up to the 50%, but we do have to trade what we see. But with all assets running above like that, there's a bit more confluence we need there to take a trade, and it doesn't look to be slowing down anyway. London, Asia range, London should form the wick, right? So if London's going to form the wick, maybe we do push up here and we close back down. But you can see this void here. This is you know, the whole market's not already priced in. How can I build these levels from time if that wasn't such? Another sweep there. It's definitely selling pressure here. There's no way I can take the trade anyway, so that means I have to wait till 9. Back to the FX triad. Keep an eye on this. 6B has moved into another SMR zone, hasn't it? That's interesting. You know, if we'll see how price reacts at 9 a.m. I'm pretty confident though this is drawing for this high up here. But then if we're drawing for that high, what's stopping us from going for Monday range high in line with this? Where does that put us on the weekly? At the moment, both sides of Asia have swept. If I was looking to take a trade, I need at least one asset into this zone. So we have got this here. Just whether we close in this position or not. I think there's going to be a lot of uncertainty in the market, given the macro events that are happening. It's a waiting game. 460. Want to see that trade above previous day's high. Oh, excuse me. Don't seem to get enough sleep at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the index market. We're getting a reaction here. No clear inversion though. Let's have a look at the 15-minute. Wick above, close below. Still think we're going to go run a bit higher there. Well, there's not much for us to do right now. I think I might come back at 9 a.m. Yeah, 5 to 9 I'm going to come back. We got to wait for this to play out now. There's not much for us to do. Looks like we're getting some selling pressure come here. 6S is running up as well, so that's going to be another area to do business at. Previous day's high on 6S. NQ is pushing down a little bit after that. That's why you don't start trading NQ until 8 AM. That's when the market moves. Something for me to test, I think. We're seeing NQ absolutely melt. There was no double gap, no 5-minute PSP. Yeah, that is well, no clear inversion either. Got a break of structure, but that's not in my model. I want to see these inversion, efficiency. Something in my eye. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop the stream. I will be back at 8:55 to have a look at the 9